Good morning, Sarah Hepala.
Good morning, Nancy Rommelman. You're in an unfamiliar location.
An undisclosed location. I
Yeah.
can't, I'm sorry. I could tell you that I'd have to kill you. No, I moved yesterday and if I'm grinning like an idiot this entire episode, it is because it is so splendid and really, really super nice. So use some boxes, plenty of boxes in other parts of the apartment, but it's already coming together and it's fantastic. Fantastic.
What we can see from this video is that it's a blank white wall. So we're going to have to take your word for it. I did get a FaceTime tour
Mm-hmm.
yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It's big.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty big. There's a lot of light. The main living room, it's like the kitchen is open to the living room, and there's windows on sides all around. And you can see we're down in the financial district, so there's big buildings, but there's also space between the buildings. Can see the East River, can see the Brooklyn Bridge. Part of it was up on the roof deck today. The only person up there, even though it's a big building. I have something interesting to say about that. And I could see both the Brooklyn and Manhattan bridges, and it's very hot actually. We're having a heat wave, and it's just really great. So what I was going to say is this building used to be a offices. They're changing part of it to residential, and every time we've come in and out, when we first saw the place, and yesterday coming in and out, everybody's like really really young, like 20s.
Yeah.
So this guy, James, he works here. He was helping me get in the place and he was really nice. I was like, James, like how are these people affording this? I mean, it's a pretty nice place. And he's like, parents.
Of
He's like,
course.
we've got 20-year-olds in here. And then yesterday it was move-in day for a lot of people. So first saw tons of people that were like 22 with their mom or with their dad. So, but what's interesting about that for us is that they don't seem to congregate in common spaces. We know this. They're not like having babies. They're not like going out and having
Having baby
they're
like
not.
bringing their
Yeah.
children. I was
No,
like,
no,
why would
no.
you have
No.
babies in common
No,
spaces?
no, no. I meaning what we are told is that young people, they're gaming, they're doing things online,
They're on their phone.
they're not having parties, they're not getting together. So me and I was extenuating that to say and not having babies. So these common spaces are empty. So we had our friends Alex and Rachel over last night. There's this big giant TV upstairs. We're watching it and having some bubbles and exploring. There's not a soul around.
Having some bubbles. Oh, you meant champagne.
Yeah, well, some
Okay.
yes, some cremant, and it's like it's what's interesting is like it's weird that they would not be using the common spaces, but if they don't want to use them, I'm happy to use them.
You
So
should use them and have babies in them.
yeah, I'm trying, working on it, Sarah. So
Well, let me say something. Your voice is a little bit like echoey, but I think that builds texture because you're
okay.
in a new place. It's like we can tell, like you're not faking it, okay?
Oh, no. And there's nothing to muffle the sound.
That's what I'm
There.
saying.
Yeah, yeah. So it'll be better. Guys, we're going to get a day bed in here and it won't be so echoey. So I apologize.
Well, it's a big week. This is a
It
big
is.
week in America. Nancy, do you know what's happening this week?
I do. It's America's 250th birthday.
It is, but I was actually thinking of the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce wedding on July 3rd. The big
Are you going?
Oh, I'm in it, girl.
Are you? Oh,
Yes,
right on. Are you?
I'm the flower girl.
Ooh, ooh, good job, Sarah.
Thank you, thank you. No, I'm not in it. I just found out about it yesterday, but I was like, "Oh my god." Well, so there were these news reports that it's happening at Madison Square Garden and she's building a fantasy castle. And when I first heard this, I was like, this is crazy. But then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, this is a fake news report to basically get people off the scent of wherever they're actually
Oh,
going to have that's what I think. I could be totally wrong and maybe they are really going to have their wedding at Madison Square Garden where they build a fake castle. I mean, that's a little bit wild to me if true, but we'll find out next week.
or tomorrow.
Yeah, I just meant I guess we'll talk about it. We'll probably never talk about this again. So you're right. We'll find out tomorrow.
I read a
And
quick report that just said they were doing that, but it wasn't the real wedding. Like they'd sort of do like JFK Jr. did with Carolyn Bessette had a tiny. I'm not saying they had a different wedding, but like they just scooted off and did it privately themselves. But maybe Taylor Swift, for whatever reasons, they're going to have a big show, but then they'll have a private little ceremony just for them.
Yeah, for sure. If they are doing the Madison Square Garden thing, they would definitely have a private ceremony. And Madison Square Garden, my
That's no,
God,
that I mean,
it's not a nice place.
I mean, it is a nice place, but to have a wedding, I mean, the last wedding I know of that was there was Sun Young Moon. The Moonies had this mass wedding with 600 people got married at the same time.
Well, when I say it's not a nice place, I guess I mean it's not like there's nothing to me, there's nothing like romantic or even like if I were going to have it in a giant venue in New York,
Well,
I don't
sure.
think I would choose, I don't know that I would choose Madison Square Garden.
Well, the thing is that first of all, I guess you can dress the garden to look pretty cool. They've had a billion. I mean, the
Well,
circus goes
apparently
there, the
there's a
ice.
fantasy
So,
castle.
you can build it out. I mean, you need a large space, right? You're going to go to Yankee Stadium, you're going to go to Central Park. Like, what are you going to do? I don't know. I haven't really paid much attention to it, but I'll should be fun to see pictures of.
Yeah, well, we're happy for Taylor. As you know, I'm a
Yes.
Swiftie and I take that role seriously.
Okay.
Um I support my girl
Okay.
and I think she's one of the great American songwriters.
She is. She is. They kind of
Um
sound the same sometimes, but okay,
what do
that's
you
okay.
mean they say oh, the songs. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Like it's a Taylor Swift song.
there's too many.
Just too
How
many.
dare she have a
No.
signature sound? Like, you can't tell it's a Bob Dylan song. Like, okay, good point, Nancy. I wish she sounded a little bit more like Rihanna and
Or Eddie
or
Vedder.
Little John. Yeah, no, I know what you mean though. There's that great there's like a great Instagram video or whatever of this singer that she's doing like every Taylor Swift song, you know? It's like all combined, like how she does the lyric line and everything. It's funny. But the truth is, I think she writes a lot. She's an incredibly prolific
Yeah.
songwriter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that within the entire canon, you can find quite a bit of diversity. But I would agree that yeah, you can tell it's a Taylor Swift song. I personally like that. Um, well, this is you're right. This is the week when our nation celebrates its semi quincentennial, which
Ooh,
is
good girl.
is not a word. That
No.
cannot be a word. There is no way that semi quincentennial. Somebody made this up. They're
Yeah.
trolling us. Is the most. But it's her 250th birthday. We're going to be talking today about the American experiment, fashionable anti-patriotism and the complications of independence. But before we get to that, we do have a few matters to address. I want to make an announcement, and you can't stop me. And that's that we have a Zoom hang this Sunday,
Yep.
July 5th.
Yep.
It's the first Sunday of the month, and we are having a Zoom hang. It's at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Come for the conversation. Stay for the pet cameos. We hope you join us. This is for
Yep.
paid subscribers.
Maybe I'll do it on the roof deck.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Some nice visuals up there. So,
that could be really fun.
yep.
I think it might be dark, but I don't care.
We'll see. We'll see. Okay.
You can join us from darkness. I
I mean,
did it for
I
months, believe
I
me.
usually do. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
Okay. The other thing is important, and I want you to listen to me right now. Okay, this is
okay.
really important.
Okay.
I need to wish our listener Megan a happy graduation, a happy college graduation. Our listener Megan uh, sent us her college graduation from California. I'm not going to name the California school. I don't want to bust her. What if she doesn't want people to know?
Right. No last names.
No last names, no college, but it's a good college.
It is.
And she sent us her graduation announcement, and she talked about how Smokem had helped her get through college. And this was so meaningful to me, Nancy. I don't think I knew we had college listeners.
I didn't either. If you are a college listener, let us know in the comments. You know what I love so much about her email, besides the fact that it was just so sweet and laudatory, is that her dad listens too.
I know,
And
no,
then
her dad got her, hooked on it, and then they talk about it
I was
together.
like, "Hi, Dad." So
Oh,
thank
hi,
you, Dad.
Megan's dad. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's really sweet. I love that. I love that. So yeah,
Yeah,
happy
there's
graduation. And
happy graduation, and if you're a college listener, first of all, I mean, good luck to you. Like, this is a I would like to know what it's like to be in college right now.
when we went to college, it was a lot more if you're middle class or above, you were kind of expected to go to college. I think that's changing a lot. And I think it's been changing for a while
It's so
because
interesting. I didn't mean to interrupt
that's
you,
fine. It's
but
fine.
I was gonna say, several of my friends have college age kids, and I'm surprised the number of those kids that are like, yeah, they're not sure they're going to college or they're going to community college. And, my friends are mostly, like us, like high achieving, college educated people that, you would assume their kid would also be going to, like, maybe they're going to go to an Ivy League
Yeah.
or maybe they're going to go to like an honors program at a state university like we did. But their kids are kind of like, yeah, I don't know if I'm into it. And they're fine with it. I think that's
Yep.
so interesting.
I have said on this show before that I don't think I should have gone to college. I should have just worked with that energy that I had at that age. Should just have gone to work.
Do
My
you wish
daughter,
that you had the money that your parents spent on Wesleyan
yes,
now?
I do. Though I believe Wesleyan back then, we're talking the early '80s because I'm old. Was I think it was $8,000 a year was like the tuition, and then maybe there was like things you add on. My former college boyfriend sent me something the other day. It's over $100,000 a year now. I'm like, there's no freaking way. There's
Dude,
no way.
dude,
I,
that is like college is so crazy. Like my friend, her daughter was thinking about UCLA. And it's all and we're not in I mean, she's not in
yeah, right,
California.
right.
Um, it's also over $100,000 a year.
No,
UCLA is a state school, isn't it? Or is it private? USC is private, but UCLA should be part of the California school systems.
I I don't know. I think they
I don't know
are,
either.
um, but so my daughter, she didn't really want to go to she did a little bit of art school and then she just went to work. She did get like this really cool photography degree from the Center for International Center for Photography in New York, which was cool, but she just went right to work. And at the time, my mom was like, "Oh, don't you feel bad that Tava didn't go to college?" I'm like, "No, you're the one that does. I don't, and Tava doesn't." And
Yeah.
she actually had my dad very sweetly when she was born put a little money away for her, and then it just grew because didn't touch it, and then she had a little tiny nest egg to
Oh,
sort of launch herself. It was
that's
great.
amazing. I mean, think about
Yeah.
it. If you took like half the money you were going to spend on college, let's say I just looked it up. UCLA is a public school. That's I
Mhm.
mean, how can how that's an oxymoron or whatever. Like it's nonsensical that a public school would be $100,000 a year. So anyway, what if you took half of that, $200,000,
Yeah.
put it in a money market account or, whatever, like an IRA. I mean, like imagine.
That or now you could take half of it and put it in an IRA. You could take the other half and put a down payment on a house that you bought so that by the time you're like 27, you can sell that house and make a profit. When I moved to Portland, we had knew a lot of young people and they already were like on their second house when they were like 28 years old because it was affordable. You could do it. And then you like made some money and yeah.
That's crazy. When I
Anyway.
went to
Yeah.
UT, University of Texas, I found that my pay stub from my first year, which is 1992, my tuition was $800.
Yeah.
And I
Um
think that is so reasonable
yeah.
and beautiful. And this is not a story about what happened to colleges, but I actually think that's germane to the conversation that we're having because part of what's happened is that there is a feeling that the American experiment is not working. And this is happening in all facets of life. But I think one of the very pronounced ones is the college to high achieving career pipeline. Like that has broken down. So what we have is a lot of people that went to college. They paid, a lot of them are in debt because of it, or their parents are in debt, or their parents spent $400,000, and it's not yielding the results. And, the results being a high paying job, a house that they can own in a high status city like New York City or LA. Now, you and I can sit here and talk about, well, let's talk about supply and demand, babe. Um, do you really need to live in one of the most coveted cities in the country? Uh, Lawrence, Kansas is kind of nice.
Mhm.
We can talk about, what did you study in college? Did you study law and something that was sort of designed to pay off down the line? Or did you follow your heart and get a gender studies degree? Or, set design, which, by the way, I was a complete candidate to, I studied English and liberal arts. I doubled down on my like, un, hireability. But but like, that's part of this story. Is what did you study, and did it have any ability to pay off down the line? Now, the other part of this is yeah, I don't know, social media, internet, but go
Okay.
ahead.
Social media. You could
It's
just
always,
add that
I always throw
at the
that in
end
there.
of everything. Social media, internet, AI. Okay, next I'll have the hamburger with the fries.
Totally,
Right.
totally.
Um, um, well, a lot of things. First of all, yes, that pipeline is drying up or changing because things don't stay the same. Also, for how many decades really was that the thing that even a majority of people did? Not really that long.
It's
Like, when did that start happening? In the 40s, 50s,
It's
60s?
after the
Like,
war. I think it's after
yeah,
the war because of the GI Bill, and then it sort
right.
of spreads, and then you get it's really, it's the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and then I think it just gets, in the 21st century, it just gets,
Yeah, it just starts going
starts
downhill.
breaking down. It's
I
too
mean,
expensive.
there's the supply and demand in terms of housing. Yes, it is the fact that if you're going to be in, well, it used to be the fact. Let's say you wanted to go into finance, you want to be a banker, you want to be a stockbroker. You're going to go to London or you're going to go to New York. That's what you had to do. We don't really have to do that anymore. I mean, they had a ticker tape parade here for the Knicks a couple of weeks ago. There's no more ticker tape, right? Everything's done
Yeah, right.
electronically. They had to just like
What did they do? What did they
I
use?
I don't, just some paper, I guess. I actually didn't go. I planned to go, and as
Fancy.
I was all hep up to go. I left my apartment, bought myself a pastry, and started walking downtown. And I see all these people in Nick's paraphernalia coming the other way. Like, why are they walking away from the parade? They're like, "There's no way." Like they had been there since
Oh,
5:30 in the morning. They're like, "You're not even going to
forget
get
it.
within 5 blocks." I'm like,
Forget it.
you know what? I got to pack. I'm moving. I'm just going to go upstairs
That's
and pack.
fair.
I had it on TV. I watched it. It was great. Channel, the local channel.
Totally.
All right. So, and now, of course, I mean, here's the thing, Sarah. When you didn't decide to go into buggy whips, okay?
I'm sorry, what?
Buggy whips, right? That's the thing. Like they don't make buggy whips anymore. The horse that see, you don't even know what it is.
What
A
is
buggy
it?
a buggy whip is when there was horses and carriages, and you'd have to whip the horse to go. We don't get around by horse and carriage anymore. Okay, so the guys that made buggy whips,
Buggy
they
whip.
don't have it's a phrase. I didn't make it up.
Okay.
Um, but see, that's even passed out of the lexicon because like it's so old. I mean, think of things. Oh, I don't know, like rotary dial phones. Bad example because we still use phones, but like things change.
Yeah.
Okay, they've changed now.
Well, and we're in the middle of a technological revolution, which,
We are.
started with the internet, but now we're reaching the AI portion of it. And so that is part of why people are not going to college. Like what I'll hear from parents is like, they don't know what to study because they don't know what's going to be around when they're out of college. That's a challenge you and I did not have.
This is true, but some professions just get they we they're just no longer technologically necessary. Some get bloated, and so we don't need them. But I would argue, like, when has it ever been that there's guaranteed employment for you? You know what there is? If you're a nurse, You want a guaranteed job? Be a nurse. Because right now, we have not yet made AI can't do hands on nursing yet. It can do a lot of medical stuff, and that's great. You still need people to care for this person. Doctors, still need doctors, still need lawyers. I should
Plumbing,
know.
electrician. No, listen, law. Everybody should go into the law because in the future we'll all just be suing each other. So, I mean, in the what am I talking about? In the present, we're just suing each other. My lawyer friends, I mean,
Yeah.
because half my friends are lawyers. They're mostly lawyers. So okay, wait. I agree with you and I don't agree with you because like I think the instability is so much more intense right now. Like it's literally like there used to be, okay, I'm going to shoot for being a journalist, but if I'm not a journalist, I could be like all the, or no, I'm going to shoot for being a writer, okay? I want to be a writer, but if I'm not a writer, I could be all these other things, these sort of secondary, you could work in a communications department or you could work in, I don't know, encyclopedias, who knows? It feels like all those ancillary jobs are going away. And I think there is an instability that we have not seen in our lifetime. And I'm going to stand by that. And even if it's
Okay.
not true, I think the perception is
All
there.
right. A couple of
Like,
things.
hit me.
Okay. One, what did you and I want to do? What were we both going to do late teens and 20s? We knew
Dallas
what we
Cowboys cheerleader. Oh, wait. What
I
what
was going
did
to be
you
an
want?
actress. I was okay. I
Yeah,
was
I
going to be
know.
a
It
movie.
was insane.
I was
I
going to
was
be a
going to
movie star.
I
I was going
was
to be a
going to
movie
be
star.
okay,
But
but I
okay.
was going to be a
So,
writer, director, um actress, Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. The world's first.
okay. So it, you know, not many people get that. Okay, that's fine. You branch out and do other things. I met a guy the other day. We needed this big, we're upstate. There's this big, giant window, and the birds crap on it because they used to have a nest up there and it was
Oh no.
gross. And I was like, okay, let me get a window washer. So this guy came. He was great. He was so nice, so smart. He got AI'd out of his job. He used to. He used to work for a high-end furniture manufacturing place. They sent it all over the world, and he had to do all the inventory and shipping and all that. Well, they got AI to do it. He's washing windows, but he's like doing it smart and having a company. He's crushing it because people need this. So I don't know how. Let's just do a little survey here. You know a lot of young people. I know a lot of young people. How many of them are out of work?
I don't know a lot of young people.
Well, I do because of my daughter. Okay, all of my daughter's friends are working. They're in their late 20s to about 40. Matt's daughter, Coco, she's au pairing right now. Okay. His other daughter, even though she's got a
You just said Coco.
Coco, Matt's daughter,
She's like
Matt's
10.
11. She's working as an au pair.
No way.
Yes, she is. Just like 20 hours a week. But we're, 3 years old. And yeah, she is.
Oh
Okay.
my god. I didn't
His
know they
other,
did that anymore. That's but just by the way, that's how old I was when I started taking care of kids,
absolutely.
but I have noticed a change where they people won't even let that age of kid stay alone anymore.
Well, it not well. The mom is home. I'm not going to say who it is. We all know this person,
Oh,
but
okay. She's just
and the
helping
mom
out
is
with
home.
the
She's
kid.
working. She's
I
working
gotcha.
in her office, and then the 3-year-old is with Coco. Okay, Matt's other daughter, even though she doesn't have a lot of time because she's got a kind of patchy summer with travel, she just went and got a. She's working at a shawarma place for 3 weeks. She went and knocked on doors. Last week, she's like, I want to make some money. Great. She knocked on doors. She got a job. Like I think, well, I will let you speak in a second. I think it is the case that things are changing and they're changing so rapidly, and people get very insecure when that happens. But we also know that the media loves to blow up these stories constantly. It's the avocado toast. It's there's doomsday, there's no work. There's this, it's like, okay, well, yes, this is true. But what's also true is that people are working or they get AI'd out and they create another thing. I do not believe. I actually don't think it's physically and existentially possible that everything just stops and we cannot do anything. We create. And that is, I mean, I'm an optimist, yes, but I think that is inevitably going to happen. Inevitably. I just do not believe when you see people saying, oh my God, 10 years from now, nobody's going to have anything to do. Nothing. We're all just going to sit here like pieces of wood because everything has been taken away from us. Bullshit. Okay.
I missed you, knee jerk Nancy. It's been a week since we'd spoken. Okay, thoughts. First of all,
Thoughts?
you cracked me up by the pairing of avocado toast and doomsday, because that is really like that is the media. It's like, what are they going to
Yes.
go crazy about?
Yes.
Toast and doomsday. And like how these two things can sit side by side, it's just a satire waiting to happen. But second of all, um, I agree with you, and then you went, like, way too far, which is, like,
As
your
usual.
way. That's, like, what you do.
That's
So
it's my brand, baby.
that's your
My
brand.
brand.
I reasonable followed by irrational and emotional. Okay, so you yes, the world will keep spinning. I think, you're saying, like, "Oh, the world's not gonna stop, and nobody will have jobs," and I was never suggesting as much. What I was saying is that the uncertainty is so high that people don't really know what to do, and there's so much anxiety. And I think my point is whether or not it's real or not, the perception is such that it is we have a problem in America where we are actually a safe country and
Mm,
like statistically, and the perception of fear and harm is so intense. This
yes.
was a real problem with a lot of like the feminist discourse a few years ago. This was something I really shut my mouth too much about because I didn't know what to say. But like to hear all these young women talk about how in danger they were at a time when they are statistically more safe than any time in history was like, we have a perception problem. And I'm not saying that the things that you're saying aren't real. Like maybe you're scared when you walk home at night. I'm not telling you that's not right. What I'm telling you is that we've got to, when I go on and on about how scary it is to fly, I'm telling you the truth. I hate flying. It's scary. But somebody needs to ground that anxiety, that real anxiety that I have, with some hardcore statistics. Sarah, you are more likely to die in your car
Oh,
than
yeah.
you are in the air. Okay. Like they need to counter my feeling of fear, which is real, with some reality. And I feel like nobody was really countering that fear. And so,
Oh, excuse me. Some
no,
of us were, and
nobody,
we
nobody.
hold
Hashtag
on.
nobody.
Listen, when I
I'm just teasing you.
personally countered that fear, I was called a rape apologist. You could not counter that fear
I
and
know.
in a way that was rational. Why? Because the fear was somewhat irrational. So when you bring rationality to it, they're like, "No, no, don't tell me. I'm at this moment, not forever, comfortable here
That's
with
right.
this feeling
That's
and
right.
this sense of identity. So please keep
Believe
your
women. Believe women.
believe women, believe women. Believe me when I tell you I want to hold on to my maybe not rational fear." But
Yes. No, and I shouldn't say nobody was countering it, because of course there were people countering it. You were, Megan, Dom was countering it. I saw some older feminists that were speaking out about this. And Emily Yoffe was
yes,
really great
fantastic.
on this
She's great.
topic during those years. She got railroaded for it, but
Yep. Yep.
but I think she got a lot of respect for it, and she got some, like, a national magazine award, or she was a finalist. I mean, like there were reward and punishment for that
Mhm.
for that position during those years. Okay, so I want to take you to the question of patriotism, okay?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
this is really an interesting topic to me, and I want to tell you a story.
Please.
I want to tell you a story. It takes place July 4th of last year.
Okay.
Hey, listeners in Listenerland, and for those of you on YouTube, maybe watching it, thanks for being here. This is the end of the free portion of this episode. If you would like the entire episode, gotta head over to Substack. That's smokeandpodcast.substack.com. Become a paid subscriber. Many ways to do that. You get the full episodes and you get some other niceties and etc. and etc. And if you are over here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button as well. We appreciate it. Tell your friends. Thanks.